Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel and thank you so much for stopping by. If you're looking for one of the fastest and easiest ways to grind money in GTA Online for this week, then you need to take advantage of the double money bonus on the Oscar Guzman Flies Again missions. Right now you can farm up to $1,560,000 in well under an hour, making this one of the best money making methods in the game this week. These missions are quick, they're repeatable, and they're highly efficient here, especially when you have the right strategy. And so in this video, I'm going to break down exactly how to complete these setups as fast as possible, the best tactics to maximize your payout, and why double money and double RP on the Oscar Guzman Flies Again mission finale, the Titan job, why this is easily the new money-making meta for this week. Whether you're grinding for new cars, saving up for a big business purchase, or just stacking some extra cash for the DLC coming up in the summer, this is a must-play opportunity that you don't want to miss out on. So with that being said, let's jump into things here and let's get into those tips first. So here we are in the Mackenzie airfield hangar, and we're trying to do that Titan job for that double money and double RP. And you have all your setups that you got to do, right? You have up and running, you have to steal the mogul, grab some intel, steal an iron mule or more if you want, same thing with 2 moguls if you want, and the ammunition plus all the different types of gear and supplies. Then you could do the finale. Now, this video isn't supposed to serve as a guide for the setups. If you want to find that, I'm sure there's a bunch of videos you can look at online. And this also necessarily isn't going to apply super well to players that have already done all the setups when it comes to gathering all the materials, or honestly whether you're a new player to this type of content or not, whether you played it, because I've only gone through it once. This was my second time going through the setups, and so I did all of the additional requirements of stealing a second mogul, stealing all 4 iron mules plus the insurgent, plus grabbing the Titan 250D ammunition plus all of the other supplies that you can get off the cargo ship. And I just want to give you guys some quick tips and tricks before we jump into the Titan job, so that, you know, if you're kind of more familiar running through these missions and you want to do them more efficiently, like I said, this isn't a guide on the setups, but I do have some tips and tricks to make it a little bit easier. So first, just say if you're getting started with this brand new and you're listening to me talk about this, on your first attempt going through all these setups, what I do recommend you do is just, you know, take the hit early, secure both the moguls, get all the iron mules in this setup mission, take the insurgent, things like that, and secure all the upgrades from the ammunition setup. That way, these upgrades carry over into replays. That's going to allow you to ignore incoming missile attacks during different missions, as well as slightly boost your final payout. When you're playing on hard mode, you're getting $750,000 with single money. That's $1.5 million with the double money this week. But basically, you're getting in total $60,000 extra as a bonus for collecting everything during these setup missions. That's also double this week, so $120,000. So you can make $1.62 million in basically an hour running through all this if you already have all the moguls, like I said, all the DH7 iron wheel choppers, as well as the insurgent. Now, in addition to that, you know, you can use a good vehicle for ground transport. You can use the Hakuchou drag or any fast bike. That's going to be great for ground travel. That's going to allow you to cut through fields and mountains. And if you're doing one of those no snack, no armor runs, that's also going to benefit your regenning in terms of health. Now, with the first mission with up and running, what I'd recommend you do is don't even drive to the transmission tower. Just use your Mark II sniper with explosive rounds, shoot both of the support beams for the structure of the tower, and then you can take down the plane as well, shoot all the cargo out with your explosive sniper Mark II rounds. Same thing when it comes to starting up with the mogul mission. Instead of driving there, honestly, just take the Vellum 5-seater, fly over there, jump out, land on a mogul wing, hop right in the cockpit, fly away, come back for the next one. You're good to go. You can just parachute directly onto the mogul's wing, or if you want to drive, you can take the vigilante up there. And that's going to kind of lead into another tip and trick I have for just all these setups in general. Make sure you choose your land vehicle early and don't switch them up. So if you want to do all the setups in the vigilante, make sure you have the vigilante called before you start one. That way you go into the mission with that vigilante, or the weaponized Tampa if you want. And of course, the new Coquette D5 with the bulletproof glass and the invincibility to normal bullets and things like that. That's probably going to be another good vehicle on these missions. And if you're watching this way later on, well, not sure if this really applies anyway, because that D5 glitch will get patched, but that'll be with the summer update and things like that. I just wanted to give you guys some quick tips and tricks going through this so you can kind of see, like, okay, you know, you're familiar with these setups, you know what I'm referring to. This isn't supposed to be a setup guide, but just some ways to preface these missions to make them easier, faster, more efficient, things like that. Also, when you're taking the iron mules with the 4th and final chopper that you got to deliver, try picking up the insurgent. I forget if you can or not. I just drove back for it and then I was like, oh wait, I could probably just pick it up with the chopper, right? But I haven't tested it myself. So, you know, tread lightly with that one. Nonetheless, that is everything. Now we have to start the Titan job. So let's rip through this and That way we can just get through the mission. You could see the final payout. Overall, going through this, like I said, this was my second attempt going through all the setups. It took me an hour and 20 minutes to get everything I needed. Get 2 of the moguls, get all the iron mules and the insurgent, and get all of the ammunition and the supplies and the gear off the cargo ship for the ammunition setup. So if you're going through this absolute first time, it's probably going to take you more time anyway, getting used to how these missions operate and things like that. But once you're going through on your second, third, fourth playthrough, you're only going to get faster and faster here. And now with all that explanation and prefacing out of the way, let's start up the Titan job here. So like I said, we're playing on hard mode, so we're getting that 1.5 times RP and cash bonus, but we're also, of course, playing with double money and double RP for the weekly event. So normally you're getting a $500,000 payout for this if you don't do any of the additional bonus objectives and you're playing on normal difficulty. You're getting $750,000 if you play on hard mode and you also don't do any of the normal bonus objectives, things like that. Now multiply both of those numbers times 2, and that's the double money and double RP payouts for the weekly event. Again, if you play on normal or hard and you don't do any of the bonus objectives. If you do the bonus objectives, well, this week, of course, you're going to get $1 million for playing on normal difficulty, and then of course add the 60,000, multiply by that. Then of course add $60,000 for the additional bonus things that you can collect in the bonus objectives. I'm just calling them the bonus objectives. Multiply that by 2 also for the double money and double RP for the weekly event. That will be $1,120,000 if you play on normal and you collect everything. If you're playing on hard mode, that's $750K plus 120, which will be $870,000. Multiply that by 2 once again, and that is $1,620,000 that you will be making for going through this on hard mode, getting all the extra supplies and equipment, things like that, and taking advantage of the double money and the double RP bonus. So let's jump in. We confirmed our settings. We're also going to set our matchmaking to close, and let's start this mission off. Now, of course, as you go through, you have the big Titan 250D that you need to shoot down first. It should be a little bit easier now that we have everything. I'm not too sure. This is my first time going through with all the supplies. So let's just jump into the plane and see what this is like. Now, what I realized the first time going through this as well is that you can just shoot the body of the plane. Someone told me in my stream chat when I was playing through this the first time to basically just shoot the engines, but you don't need to do that. You can actually just shoot the hull of the aircraft as well, and you'll be just fine. And here is the Titan 250D in the distance with the incoming aircraft. Now, you will need to shoot some incoming missiles while you're doing this and things like that, so just keep an eye out. But just for the sake of this video, I'm going to speed up and time-lapse me taking down this plane, and I will let you know exactly how long it takes. So I'm going to start timing it from here. 3, 2, 1, let's begin. Alright, here's the last bit of the Titan's health. This has taken us just about 4 minutes to take down here, which was a lot faster than my first playthrough, just shooting the engines, because I thought you needed to do that, and that took me about 10 minutes, I think. So this was a lot better and a lot faster. Now, that being said, now the Titan 250D is going to be landing. We need to load it with new ammunition, and we're going to need to parachute and take out a bunch of enemies. So it's not over yet. The Titan 250D is going down. We can't jump out of the plane just yet. You're going to need to take down some of these missiles from the submarine and things like that. Let me just shoot this last missile. Oh, it despawned. Okay. All right. So I'm going to jump out probably right here because it's going to take a second to actually get out of the plane because you need to jump out of the gun and things like that. And I'm trying to land. Well, it looks like I'm going to be in the middle of enemies. That's good. I'd love to not die here. This was not the right spot to land. So if you're going for like no health, no armor refills, things like that, then obviously don't do exactly what I just did. But we just need to clear out all these enemies here. So, you know, take it easy, keep an eye on that health. Make sure, of course, before you go into this mission, have full snacks, full armor, things like that. We took out a bunch right there. There's going to be more that are spawning. Okay, you're just going to light me up from all the way over there. I see how it is. Let's first repair the engine. So first what I'm going to do is run to this side, and you're going to get this little mini game. So let's see where. Okay, I got to stand right here. It's like one of those little Helldivers prompts. If you're familiar with the Vincent dispatch work as well, where you got to defuse the bombs. It's just the button pressing and things like that instead of the D-pad. So let's take out these guys. Now, these guys can shoot you while you're doing this, so make sure you can kind of just like get into position here. And depending on the controller that you have, well, you'll have different... Whoops. I'm going to hop off because this guy's in the middle of shooting at me, and I do not want to die. When you play on hard mode, you only get 1 life and things like that. So just take your time. No need to rush. And, man, it's kind of weird playing on the Xbox controller again with the Xbox button prompts. I'm using a PS4 one. All I did was grow up on the 360, but, like, for some reason, this is, like, messing with me here. It's been a while. So there we go. The plane engine is repaired. It's not over yet. Now we need to wait for Oscar to deliver the ammo and load that ammo into the plane. But no matter, because you're not just going to be waiting around idly. There are some enemies you need to fight. And this finale is pretty fun when you're doing all this. And in fact, oh wait, actually, yeah, I only get the service carbine. I forgot. You have a select and pre-selected weapon loadout. I love the M16 though. The M16 is absolutely amazing. Especially the sound in this game. It's so fire. Like, it reminds me of the Left 4 Dead M16. I just absolutely love it. So we have one more enemy coming up in a heli. This guy's just going to be taking cover behind here. Oscar's almost here with the ammo as well, so not too much of a big deal. Let me just make sure I could shoot this heli pilot before he lights me up and kills me. Because, yeah, you do not want to take so much damage from the heli that you end up dying. That would really suck to fail just because of a heli or things like that. I mean, this is where the hard part of the mission comes in. Then once we get the ammo, it's the tedious part of taking out, you know, the different types of things, whether it's the submarine, the convoys with the MOCs, or of course, if it's the train, which you could just shoot the train engine to stop it and then make a couple good passes. So it kind of depends on what you want to do. I would recommend you shoot the train engine to stop it anyway. I'm curious to go through this on my second attempt though and see just how much better I am. Now that I know that your camera is really restricted and the way you can angle the gun up, down, left, right, things like that, I feel like I'm just going to be a lot faster with this. So let's get this ammunition loaded before we get some more enemies that spawn. And I'm just spamming the button, but it takes a while to actually load this stuff in, I will be honest. Like, you can't really speed this up any more than I'm doing here. Depending on how many enemies you killed, of course, you're going to get some reinforcements here. I think I'm going to push it because you still can take damage while you're loading this ammo in, but we're so close to actually getting it done now. I'm just going to try and load the last round, and that should be enough. Yep, that is. Okay, so I didn't need to hop off the actual prompt itself and, you know, waste some time killing enemies and then getting back on. But I am going to make sure I can kill these guys first. Oh, God, what just blew up there? Oh, is that Oscar? Oh, thank you, Oscar. I appreciate it. He helped blow that up for us. All right, so let me take out this guy so he's not going to shoot us while I'm getting into the plane. I can't even see where those guys went. Okay, never mind. I'm just going to get in the Titan 250D. And let's start taking out the convoy now. All right, we have liftoff, ladies and gentlemen. Landing gear is going up. There's a Molotov that is following us, I'm pretty sure, but I'm just excited to get into this convoy. So here we go. Destroy the Eberhardt operation centers. You can only aim the guns out of the left side of the plane. You need to be close enough because they do have limited range. And in addition to that, you also got to make sure, of course, that you can actually aim at these guys because you can't be super far away or aim at extreme angles, left, right, up, down. It's very tedious. Rockstar has like restricted the mission parameters a ton to force you into this sort of play style. And then also while you're flying the plane, just watch out so you don't crash into stuff, because I did that on my first playthrough, and let me tell you, it was pretty painful. Alright, first pass, I'm going to man the gun, and we are going to engage. Oh, and as you can see, I'm having trouble actually aiming at all the convoys. That's one. So now you can see what it's like. I got to make a second pass to actually take down the other one. I forgot, actually, already in my second playthrough how extremely restricted you are with manning this gun. You gotta get very close, but you can't be too close because then you can't, you know, aim the gun a certain direction, but you also can't be too far away because they have limited range. So it really is a battle of finesse here. So boom, we got that. Now, let's go and take out that submarine, which is going to be on the west side of the map. That actually was a lot faster than I thought to take down. So far, we are only, I don't know, we're about 12 minutes into this finale so far, about thereabouts, and the sub shouldn't be too bad as well. Unfortunately, I don't know. Okay, whoops. Okay, I'm gonna shoot my cannon, that way it reloads while I'm on the way flying out here, so that I don't shoot it just once, have to reload and make another pass anyway. I think it takes 6 to take down, I want to say. You don't really have to worry too much about the planes flying. You do have to worry about those missiles and try and avoid them. So let's see. I'm gonna launch flares. Okay, that's not gonna do anything. Uh-oh. The missiles are still coming after us, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, they're hitting us. Good thing this is a flying fortress. I'm gonna have to go and make a second pass. But it's fine because I'll just get in the direction I need to go. Okay, the flares do nothing, it would appear, when it comes to all these types of weapons. I'm just trying to get in my gun here, and let's take down this submarine. So that's one. We have one more, but of course we have to reload, so I'm going to need to make one more pass. So yes, it does appear that the submarine takes 6 hits to take down. So either way, you will have to reload, which means a second pass regardless, I'm pretty sure. And here we go, coming in for pass numero dos. Boom, submarine's destroyed. And now it's just the train engine. So as soon as you take out that sub, yaw to the right, the train tracks are going to be over here. And you can see the train engine on our radar. Now, this is the part I messed up in my first playthrough. I was so focused on taking down the train that, and I thought I had room because I'm like, oh, there's mountains in front of me. I need to pull up in time for that. But watch out for all the wind turbines. And in addition to that, watch out for all the transmission power lines, the power transmission lines that are going to be basically along the train tracks. You need to get close enough with the plane where you're actually going to be at risk for getting hit by those or running into them. And don't make that mistake. That literally cost me my first playthrough finale. And I needed to reset at the base and then start the train engine section all over. So that is something that you definitely, you know, want to avoid. That's why I would also recommend when you're doing this, take the effort to take down the train engine first. That way the train stops moving and you can just be in a good section of the map to actually engage with this convoy. So we took out the train engine, boom. Now that's fine, right? The train engine stopped, or the train stopped because I blew up the engine. Now what I'm going to do, hop into the gun, shoot those cannons just so I have max of 5. And I'm going to turn this plane around, and I'm going to do a pass with the train on my left. That way I could just shoot every single round and hopefully get this done. I don't know exactly how many more parts of the train convoy we have, but I think we should be good enough to where I could take down everything in one pass without doing one more. But again, I just want to not get in the way of these power transmission lines, because that would just be absolutely a shame. So this seems like a good spot as any here, and I'm gonna make this pass. All right, yeah, we should be able to get everything if I'm careful. And I'm missing. We're gonna need to do one more. All right, let's get this last one sorted here. Hopefully this pass will give us the opportunity to get everything I need. Destroy the tank, destroying the caboose, the back, and there we go. The sub, the train, and the convoy are taken out. Now we just gotta fly the Titan back to base, and we'll get our payout here. That took us 19 minutes right there, it's saying on my recording, but, you know, obviously I was talking a little bit before I started the mission and things like that, and this whole gameplay recording has been from that point. So, realistically, this finale took us just over 15 minutes to do. By the time we land, it'll be like 15 or 16 minutes, which is not bad at all. I think that's pretty fast for a second playthrough. Of course, you can make this way faster as well once you really master. I'm sure there's professionals out there that can do this in 45 minutes. I've just yet to really attempt that just yet. All right, landing with the Titan. We're gonna get this little cutscene. The mission is over though. Let's get our payout, ladies and gentlemen. There we go, mission passed. 1,560,000. Okay, wait, so a little bit, never mind. Okay, well, I'm gonna get roasted in the comments for that. I thought it was $1,620,000. I thought the bonus was gonna be double, so we would have edged out another 60,000, but that's fine. $1.56 million in what will realistically be, especially once you get good at replaying this, in basically an hour, under an hour, especially if you do the career progress tier 4 challenge. I mean, that's fantastic. That's more money than you're gonna make per hour playing Cayo Perico. That's more money than you're gonna make per hour doing the Cluck and Bell farm raid, of course. Way more money per hour than the Dr. Dre contract. And also, that's more money than having 2 players play through the Diamond Casino heist on repeat until your eyes bleed. Definitely, the Oscar Guzman Flies Again missions this week is the meta way to make money here in GTA Online. Of course, Cayo, Dr. Dre, and Cluck and Bell farm raid and the Diamond Casino heist are all really good, but specifically when it comes to replaying this, unless you like extremely don't like these missions, like I really didn't like playing through these missions my first time. The second playthrough was a lot more enjoyable once I knew what to expect and what the missions were going to be like. But first impressions on this, I was not a fan, but I will say that second playthrough was a lot better. And I'm happy, of course, to be getting double money and double RP. So I want to make a slight correction to what I was talking about at the beginning of today's video, making 1.62 million. It's 1.56 because the extra $60,000 that you get for the bonuses, that's not doubled this week. But nonetheless, $1,560,000 in what realistically took me essentially like an hour and 40 minutes right there. And of course, you're going to be way faster going through everything because you've already done, you know, all the setups and gotten all the bonuses and things like that. I needed to do that for my first time. So once I play through this for a third time, I'll probably be able to get through all the setups, just collect the one iron mule that I need, the one mogul, you know, and just the Titan 250D ammunition, things like that, and use those tips I was talking about at the beginning of today's video, and we will be able to clear this in under an hour for sure. So thank you guys so much for watching. Have a fantastic day. Drop a like if you guys enjoyed. Subscribe to the channel if you guys are new. Check me out over on Twitch, Twitter, and Instagram. With all that being said, I'll see you guys in the next one. Adios, amigos.